Here is some of the hardest multiplication problems you're going to have. So this is multiply. So the very first thing we always have to remember is that we can never multiply mixed fractions. We have to convert them to improper fractions. So that's always our first step. Just like in order of ops, we have to simplify this problem so we can actually proceed. So remember how we do this. Grab my red pen. 1 times 5 gives me 5, plus 2 gives me 7. I get 7/5 times. I have 2 wholes that are divided by 3, so we multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. Add what's on top. Plus 1 gives me 7. I get 7/3. Now, what would happen if, say, this ended up as 10? Well, see how we have, if this is 5 and this is 10, we can cross, what's going on here? Nothing. Are you actually recording? Oh, you are, good. My screen was blank. If this is a 10 and this is a 5, these two would cross cancel. So remember, that's another thing you got to look for. Before you start to do any multiplication, we simplify, then we keep on simplifying until it's as small as it can get. Now, multiply, we go straight across. 7 times 7, 49. 5 times 3 is 15. Now here's an interesting little dilemma. Can I reduce this? Does 49, is there anything that goes into 15 that also goes into 49? I could do the math there, but I'm also just going to take a quick check. Well, I have 7 and 7. Those are both prime. Does 15 have a 7 on it? 15, no. So I'm already in lowest terms, which makes sense because I couldn't reduce anything before I multiplied. However, this is in a mixed fraction. Never leave in a mixed fraction. We must reduce it and convert it to a mixed fraction. So how many times does 15, remember, how many times does 15 go into 49? Well, I get 15, 30, 45, and then, oh, that's way higher. That's pretty close, isn't it? So I have 1, 2, 3. I can take 3 wholes of 15 out of 49. 3 times 15 is 45. To get to 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 4. So I have 4 left over, like so. And there it is. So what we're doing is that we are converting to mixed and then unconverting back to, or converting to improper, then converting back to mixed at the end. Let's see if I can find one that we got some cross cancellation in. So these ones are a little trickier to come up with, but let's see what we can figure out. Let's go 4 and 2 tenths. Now you see how I could even reduce that already, but let's not, just for argument's sake. Times 3 and, let's see, that's going to be 42. 142, almost got it, thirds. And we could even do a third and a fourth fraction there. The process doesn't change. We need to convert first. First thing, 4 times 10 gives me 40, plus 2 gives me 42/10. Oh yeah, we'll get some good cross cancellation here. We multiply. 3 times 3 is 9 because I'm multiplying my wholes by the number of divisions. Remember, if I have 3 and 1/3, I need to split all of these into 3 as well. So that gives me 3, 6, 9, 10, because I need to add the number 1 on top. Plus 1 gives me 10/3. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful thing. I couldn't have planned that to happen. Now, whenever you're multiplying mixed fractions, you're going to end up with a mixed number because, well, what is 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 12. right? So the answer is going to be around 12 somewhere. But here we are, cross cancellation. How many times does 10 go into 10? Well, they both go in once. 10 goes in once, 10 goes in once. That simplified that a lot. 42 and 3, well, let's just check. 42 is yellow, green, and purple. Well, 3 is green, so I know 3 goes into 42. The question is, how many times? 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. Let's just do it. 3 goes into 4 once. 1 times 3 is 3. Gives me 1. Bring down the 12. That goes in 12, 0. Perfectly. It goes in 14 times. So 42 divided by 3 gives me 14. Holy smokes. What would you rather do? 42 times 10 divided by 10 times 3, 30? Or 14 times 1 gives me 14. I get 1 on the bottom. Well, that's super easy. 14 divided by 1, well, that's just 14. There's our answer. Couldn't have expected that to happen. So remember, guys, there are 3 main steps you're doing when you're multiplying improper. 1, you need to convert to improper. I know that's what I just said wrong. Number 2, cross cancel. Don't forget that step. Saves you a lot of time. Number 3, once you have your answer, you need to convert back to mixed. There it is in a nutshell. By the way, for division, exact same process. We'll look at that in another video when you guys are ready for it. Thanks, guys.